In this video, we're going to talk about noun clauses and how to use them. Noun clauses are dependent clauses. Now, an independent clause can be a sentence all on its own, but a dependent clause cannot. This means that the noun clause is not a sentence by itself. It must be connected to another complete sentence. We use something called conjunctions when writing clauses. Conjunctions are connecting words. Here are a few: that, which, who, whom, whose. What, if, whether, when, wherefore, why. And then these: whoever, whomever, whenever, wherever, whichever. All of these words can be used in noun clauses. One way that a noun clause can be used is as the subject of a sentence. What she saw that night was unbelievable. Now, in this sentence, the noun clause is what she saw that night. The conjunction used here is the word what. The subject of the noun clause is the word she, and the verb of the noun clause is the word saw. So as you can see, the noun clause has a subject and a verb as well as a conjunction. But there's also a main verb for the complete sentence, the word was. So this means that the noun clause, what she saw that night, is the subject of this sentence. The verb is the word was, and the object of the sentence is unbelievable. Now, these three parts make up a complete, independent sentence. The noun clause cannot be a sentence by itself. What she saw that night is not a complete sentence. It's a noun clause. I want to remind you that a noun clause is never a question. The word what is often used as a question. However, in a noun clause, the word what is followed by a subject-verb clause. Now let's look at an example. Paul asked his mother what she was making for dinner. Now in this noun clause, after the word what, you have the subject, and she, and the verb was making. In a question, the verb comes before the subject. What was she making for dinner? Here you can see that the verb comes before the subject, was she, in a question, whereas in the noun clause, the subject comes before the verb, what she was. Now this is one good way to know whether the word is being used as a noun clause or as a question. One more way that a noun clause can be used is as the object of the sentence. The woman wanted to know who the new manager was. In this sentence, the noun clause is who the new manager was. The conjunction is the word who. The subject of the noun clause is the new manager, and the verb of the noun clause is the word was. However, in this sentence, we also have a main verb, wanted to know. Now, this shows that the noun clause is the object of the sentence. The subject is the word, the woman, and the verb is wanted to know, and then the object is who the new manager was. She wanted to know who the new manager was. So as you can see, the noun clause can be the subject of a sentence or the object of the sentence. Another way that a noun clause can be used is something we call the subject complement. It is used with the verb to be or a linking verb such as seems, looks like, etc. The subject complement talks about the subject. The restaurant isn't what I would call expensive. In this sentence, the noun clause is what I would call expensive. The conjunction is the word what. The subject of the noun clause is the word I, and the verb of the noun clause is would call. Now again, the main verb of the sentence is the word isn't. So in this case, the subject is the restaurant. The verb is the word isn't, which is a verb to be, and the subject complement tells more about the restaurant. That is the noun clause, what I would call expensive. A fourth way that a noun clause can be used is as an object of a preposition. He was responsible for what he had done. Here, the noun clause is what he had done. The preposition is the word for. What was he responsible for? He was responsible for what he had done. The object of the preposition are the words what he had done. And one last way that a noun clause can be used is the adjective complement. He was satisfied that the advertisement had worked so well. In this sentence, the noun clause is that the advertisement had worked so well. The conjunction is the word that. But the main verb of this sentence is the word was. He was what? He was satisfied. So satisfied is the adjective describing how he was. He was satisfied can be a sentence all by itself. It is an independent clause. The noun clause just tells us more. So why was he satisfied? That the advertisement had worked so well. So this noun clause gives more information about why this person was satisfied. Now in the sentence we have the word that. However, often the word that is not used, but the sentence can still have the same meaning. So we can write the sentence in this way. He was satisfied the advertisement had worked so well. Here the word that is understood. Conjunctions can also act as the subject of the noun clause. Which, who, what, whichever, whoever, whatever can all be used as the subject of the noun clause. Now, here's an example. What worries me is the price. In this sentence, the noun clause is the words, what worries me. What in this clause is the subject, and worries is the verb. The main verb of the sentence is the word is. This means that the words, what worries me, is the subject of this complete sentence. So there are times that the conjunction itself can be the subject of the noun clause. There are also times that a noun clause can be both the subject and the object of a sentence. Here's an example. That it looks like rain is what worries me. We have a noun clause that is a subject of the sentence, that it looks like rain, followed by the object of the sentence, the noun clause, what worries me. So in this sentence, the first noun clause acts as a subject, while the second noun clause acts as an object of the sentence. Now here's another example. How the employees felt about the new rule was not what concerned the manager. Again, the first noun clause is the subject of the sentence, followed by the verb was not, and then the second noun clause, which is the object of the sentence. And here's one more. Why the woman was so healthy can be explained by what kind of foods she was eating. Here, the last noun clause is used as the object of the preposition by. So these are the different ways that we can use noun clauses. As the subject of a sentence, the object of a sentence, the subject complement, the object of a preposition, and the adjective complement. And all of these words can be used as the conjunction to form a noun clause. I hope you found this video helpful in explaining how we use noun clauses in English and how to write them and use them in your writing. Happy writing!